Hello friends, I am Shazia Jamal and I am a postgraduate in English literature. I have come here to help some of these students who can get some benefits from my audios or my lectures, and some notes will also be provided, some written pieces also will be provided. And my aim is to help all the students who are preparing for BPSC as optional subject English literature, or who are preparing for graduation, post graduation, or net or set. Okay friends, let's start. We all know that before we come to know a topic, a particular subject, it's very necessary for we all to understand it what literature is. In a very precise way, I will just try to give some of the some glimpses of English literature. Actually, we learn so many things, but we just leave those basic things which we must know before we come to know other things that are that comes very late, or it should be not dealt at hand. Anyway, English literature. What English literature is? Everyone is knowing that literature, Hindi literature, English literature, some other literatures, Urdu literature. There are so many languages: French literature, German literature. So many languages are there, but we do not understand that what literature is. So, before we come to know anything other, we must come to understand actually that what literature is. In general, what we read or write as fiction, novels, stories, dramas, or criticism, or even in journals, what we read in newspapers or magazines, that all which are in English are all the various forms of English literature. Literature is a record, we can say that it's a history of thoughts. It's a history of new innovations, history of discoveries in literary world. It's not merely a written piece of work that we come and just go through it, read it, and just throw it out. It's not like that, but a full medium of expression of emotions and aspirations. Suppose that if there is no literature, if there is no proper literature that we can cover, that we can go through it, then it will be very difficult for us just to make others to feel that what we are feeling, that what our emotions are, what our aspirations are. So it's only literature that gives us the opportunity, that gives us the medium to express our emotions, our aspirations, our feelings, whether it's positive or it's negative or any kind of feelings. It's not something particular kind of feeling. Just think for a while. If there wouldn't have literature, we hadn't been aware of thoughts, deeds, or aspirations of our ancestors. For example, suppose my grandfather or my great grandfather did something and it wouldn't have been written, or it wouldn't have been told by any medium of language or literature, then how would I have come to know that what my grandfather or my great grandfather has done? So it's only literature which gives us a view, facts from the past. There is a deep and interlinked relation of literature to the past. We can say that it's literature which tells the various rise and fall of different ages, that what happened in that age, in that race. For example, in 2020, in the year that passed, 2020, there were so many ups and downs of conditions, coronavirus, and so many things happen in our this the year just passed. So our future generation after 10 years, how will they come to know that what happened in 2020? It's only literature that will let them know that what is what were the things that happened in 2020. And there will be various written works of the various writers, authors, and in so many journals and newspapers. It's all full of the current news that will in future become the past material. And this is only the literature which will help the future generation to come to know about the past, that what happened, and through which we make path. It's something that it's not something that we read or just passed out, just we went away. It's something that we read and it comes in our mind. It compels us to understand. It compels us to understand that what we read it and then we think about it. Our mind works like that whatsoever you come to know, you read it or you listen somewhere, you think about that. So it makes in a way it makes a path to the present and future. Literature deals with culture to a large extent. We all know that culture is also known, or it's expressed, or it's present through literature. Today we are connected to many cultures of different places across the country and the world. Without literature, we wouldn't have familiar with various literature, various forms of other literatures too. For example, if we are knowing Hindi literature, that is our native language, then we will be able to understand about the other languages too. If we are weak in English, then we make Hindi as our medium to learn English more better, in a more clear way, in a very precise, or in a good way, in a way that will make us understand. So without literature, we wouldn't have familiar with varieties of culture and traditions. Every literature makes us familiar to culture and tradition of its age and area. It's not something which is meant only for fancy or imaginations and philosophy. Most of the students or most of us think that literature is only about emotions, fancy things, fancy thoughts, imaginations, and philosophy. But it's not so. It's more related to civilizations too. For example, if you think that a particular area, people of a particular area are civilized, and then you want to follow them, and you are far away from that place, then how will you come to know that what the civilizations of that area or the people there are following? It's only literature through which you can understand. Earlier it was only literature. Nowadays technology has developed, so there are other mediums too to understand. But right now it's not. I'm sorry. In past, it was not technology. It was only literature. Only literature of written work or published on a paper that made people aware of so many cultures, so many civilizations and traditions too. A good literature does not mean entertainment and enjoyment only, but intellects too. We can understand it very in a very simple way. Like everybody, you can see that have the fun for watching televisions or movies, but movie are meant like it's only for entertainment, it's only for enjoyment, but it's not so. It's deep literature inside the film that we do not recognize in a very easy way. It's literature and it gives a message, whether it's about a bad message, it's about a good message. Most of the films are having good messages, but some of the movies are also like that they give very bad message. Anyway, let it go. So literature is not only about entertainment or enjoyment, it's about intellects too. It gives many more new theories, many more new things that we never have heard or never have listened many of the interesting dialogues that you have often seen in movies that give a new word, a new thought to the people or to the world. Literature civilizes the age, society, and the people. It deals with humanity, it deals with beauty, and literature also deals with love, faith, freedom, friendship, sacrifice, and reverence. It's not only about entertainment, it's all about human soul and life in various aspects. Literature is artistic. Though it's artistic, it's serious and passionate towards humanity. So, literature is not something that gives only entertainment, enjoyment, or it's not only about fancy or imagination, that we are mistaken often that it's only about fancy and emotions. It's not that. It's artistic and it's serious also, and it's very passionate towards human or human world. Thank you, and next time we will discuss some other topics soon. Bye.